Hi everyone. I'm Vivekanand from CloudyML team. We have our guest B Kiran. He is working as a senior scientist in Fiend company. Let us know more about the data domain from him. Yes, Kiran, please introduce yourself. We wanted to know from you so many things in this podcast. So please tell us about yourself, like your education background a bit, and then how you entered into this domain. Yeah,
Cool.
please.
Cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks. Thanks, Vivek. So basically, I had done my bachelor's in ECE. So during my bachelor's only, I had like a strong tinge towards this autonomous vehicle and all those things. So I
Mm-hmm.
have been like exploring this. So after that, like I had a thing like, okay, maybe if I do my master's in AI and all those things, this will be a little bit open up for me. So
Mm-hmm.
after that, I did my master's in AI from Amrita University, and after that, like I got into data science. But prior to that, only like in EC, only I did some line follower robots and all those things, where
Mm-hmm.
like basically instead of a user manually controlling the car, you automatically make the car work and all those things. So I had done some projects and all those things with regards to easy, and after that, like I had a strong interest towards this autonomous vehicle and fell into a.
Yes. I also have went through your profile and I saw that you have
Mhm,
done MTech in artificial intelligence.
mhm,
So amazing. You were getting inspiration in this particular domain from earlier itself, है ना? So from
mhm.
EC background, then you have done MTech, and then finally. So since how many years you have been working in this particular
Close
domain?
to
It's
5.5 years.
5.5 years. Okay. So what was the exact point from when you were very inspired to enter into this domain? So what exactly inspired you?
So basically, we did like after I did my AA and all those things. So I got into my first job, and so after that, like when I spoke with some of my colleagues and all those things. So basically, I come from Chennai. So
Mhm.
Chennai traffic police and all those things. So they have like used this AI in cameras, CCTV cameras, to
Mhm.
identify the pickpocketers and all those things.
Okay.
So after that, like I find the AI evading into like every possible thing. So after that, like I had a strong thing like, okay, maybe AI is developing so much into many more areas and all those things. And prior to this only, like I had like read about this Google AI and playing this AlphaGo and cancer detection and all those things.
Mhm.
But it was all like theoretical. I couldn't like connect with all those things. But once when I saw this Chennai police and all those people like using this AI to identify pickpocketers and snatchers, that's when I really understood the importance of AI, and I had like very strong, and I was like, okay, this is my chance now. And I had like very strong affinity towards AI.
Mhm. Great. So the basically the use of AI by the traffic
Mhm.
police actually inspired you, right? So that
Yeah.
is again, and exactly in every role we see the involvement of AI, and it is basically making our life also easier, है ना? So great. So, what exactly you would like to pass an information to nowadays the learner who want to enter into this domain, or data enthusiasts who wanted to enter into this domain? Basically, see, the scenario is, I'll tell you, because I have conversation with lot many people, and so the scenario is like they have a sense of fear that I cannot enter into this domain. Okay, being a fresher, being a person from a non-coding background, so what you say for them, what would be your message for them?
So it's very simple. So basically, once you kind of get inhibited to it, right? So after that, like there's no going back. So for example, when we like first start doing anything that is new, for example, let's say travel, starting to learn bike or car or whatever it is, right? So the
Mhm.
first few steps are always difficult. Once you start getting that, like you enjoy driving and people get like so much thing. So
Right.
for example, when I started driving car, I was like so much fearful because like they were telling like you had to look at the back camera, you also have to look at the front camera, you have to see the side mirror, you have to see left side, right side, see the
Right.
back guy and all those things. So that was like I have like only two eyes, where else do you want me to see?
Right,
You
right.
also had to put the gear, you have to also like, so basically eyes, leg, hand, everything has to go in coordination with it. So I was finding it difficult. But
Mhm.
over the course, like once I like start getting into this driving and all those things, it was like pure fun. And after that, like it is not necessary you have to go anywhere. I just, because I love driving, I just take my car and somewhere, like if time provides, like I go out just to experience that driving. So same like that only.
Right.
So the initial step is always a little bit difficult in AI. Once you kind of get hang of it and get passed over, like say 6 months or 1 year, right? After
Right.
that, like that is the greatest feeling you will have. Like you are able to do anything and everything. So you will see your products coming in and affecting the actual real people, and you helping so many people by whatever way that you can.
Right.
So after that, like it's, you will already start loving the job and all those things.
Definitely, definitely. So we have to, spend or engage ourselves in this particular
Uh,
domain in which we are aspiring to, right? Because
yeah.
that this example which you have given about the driving one, that is the fantastic example, okay, and well suited for the particularly for this particular domain people. Definitely. So, what was your expectation or views about the data scientist or data analyst job role? Can you just tell us more about this?
So basically, when I started working, right? So prior to that, I had a different set of expectation. So I was thinking like, okay, it's data science. So like based on what I saw from this YouTube and everywhere else and talking with everyone else, I was like,
Mhm.
okay, so we are going to create this cancer medicine and so many different things. So we are going to change the world.
Mhm.
Everything we are only going to develop. I was thinking something like that.
Right.
But once when I started working on projects, right? So
Mhm.
after that, like basically what I thought and what I actually got were not so much different, but it was in its own way. So for example, although like I was not able to develop this medicine and all those things, I am trying to help people in whatever way that we can do. For example, so we have developed one of the face detection mechanism and all those things.
Right.
So we have used NLP and all those things to solve little bit of people problem. We use like reinforcement learning and everything. So we use like bunch of technology end of the
Okay.
day to solve people problem, but in its own way. So end of the day, I am still happy and it still coincides, but
Mhm.
the job or is little bit different than what I actually anticipated at the first.
Great, great. As the same you have mentioned in your LinkedIn profile also. You thrive
Uh,
to make human lives better, right? So, and even your thought was also the expectation was also the same. Great, great. So, in the role of data scientist, what exactly you do basically? So, if we want to understand the job role, I mean to say.
so basically, data science means like wherever data revolves, right? You have to make better use of the data and you have to extract insights out of it.
Right,
So it could be like so many different things. So for example, if you have like transaction related data or something, from there basically you extract and tell like which is fraudulent data, which is non-fraudulent data. So wherever data revolves, you are supposed to be there and you take care of it. But coming to like, I will tell you like few of the projects that I work on so that you can get a better idea out of it. So the few of the projects that I work upon are so we have developed like a novel face detection algorithm. We haven't like touched upon any algorithm. We have developed an algorithm of our own. We have close to 98%, 99% accuracy. So, and the inference time is like 2x or 3x lesser than the state of the art model. And so this is one of the project. And the other project is, so we are using like a virtual makeup try on. So before you have a makeup, you can see like how well the makeup looks upon you, and all those
Okay.
things. So we have this virtual watch try on, similar to what Lenskart provides. So we have like a shoe try on and so many different products that we build. And yeah, and prior to this, like I worked on face detection and forest fire predictions. So they have this CCTV camera. So based on that only, like you have to like identify forest fires and all those things and differentiate it from cloud and all those things which look more similar, because
Right.
like the smoke and fire are very similar.
Yes.
So you have to differentiate and all those things. So yeah.
So fantastic projects you have mentioned. Like it is, first you have to virtually try it, and see how
Uh-huh.
you look after applying the cosmetics and everything. So that is again good one. So very great example. So basically, again, you try to make a human life, easy by making
Mhm.
algorithms, by using algorithms and making automations.
Yeah.
Great, great. So, when did you join Fiend earlier? Like, can you mention like when did you join?
I think it's in July 2022, I guess.
Okay, okay. So, how was your interview process in the Fiend company?
So basically, I think like we had like a first round technical discussion, and
Mhm.
then second round it was another technical discussion. So in the technical discussion itself, we had like little bit of technical as well as little bit of data structure, and we had the managerial round. And so basically, we have to see like we had a discussion with our CTO, telling like how well do we fit and how do we think basically, and then little bit of mathematical round just to check our analytical ability.
Okay, okay, okay. So almost like 3 rounds of interview,
Yeah, 3 4 rounds.
3 4 rounds. Okay, okay. So if I ask you like how would you like to guide the data enthusiasts, those who want to enter into this domain, like how they should prepare for the interview so that they can crack it easily and enter this particular domain?
So basically, you have to be like very strong with your fundamentals, like very strong in the sense like too strong.
Mm-hmm.
The idea is innovation is nothing but taking the basics and then just like changing one screw or something only.
Right,
So only if you know your fundamentals too strong, you can like make a change in the industry and all those things. And
right,
most of the solution by themselves, they are not like easily available. So you have to tweak those AI models or something to fit it according to your use case.
right,
So it's not like all size fit model. So we have to be like very strong with our fundamentals. And I would suggest in order to get the fundamental understanding and all those things, right, we have to do more hands-on projects and all those things, because
mm-hmm.
knowing a concept theoretically is a little bit different, but once you get the hands-on project, you will have like so many different other learnings
Mm-hmm.
as well. So for example, even though we know like how to, we read like 10,000 books on how to learn swimming and all those things, only if you like get into the water and start practicing swimming and all those things, you will actually know swimming. The similar
Right,
kind of analogy applies to AI and data science in
right,
general. So we can read and learn about a lot of things. So once we get a hands-on project, right, then we will have like so many different cases, like how do we integrate this, because like AI is a very small part, so you have to like do this cloud deployment. How will you expose the model? How much speed are you getting in that AI model?
right.
So how do you scale the model? So we will have all these problems. So I will suggest like getting more hands-on and all those things.
Right. So two important, very important point you have mentioned. That is, one is
Mhm,
fundamentals, like you have to hold a very good command over the skill set.
mhm,
Right. And second one is definitely you mentioned, until and unless you practice, you cannot learn anything. है ना?
mhm.
So practice
Yeah.
makes man perfect. Definitely. So hands-on learning, definitely you have to do. Yes. So whatever you learn, you have to practice. Great. Thank you. Thank you for the amazing answers. So like suppose if I ask the person, there are so many, like, data enthusiasts who are coming from a non-tech background. They do not have a basic, even basic knowledge of coding part, right?
Mm-hmm.
Still, what would be your say for them, that how they should prepare or how they should start their learning journey or upskilling journey, so that they can switch smoothly from any non-tech domain to data domain?
What I feel is, so even though it's a lengthy process, we have to like learn in and out of it by the time we do. So, for example, a couple of days back, so we had a problem. So we were like installing Ubuntu and all those things. By the time only, like people were facing so many problems because installing Ubuntu was easy. So we had like a dual boot. So
Mhm.
basically, Grub was unable to take it. Ubuntu was unable to find it in the Grub. So after that, like we are facing so many problems. But because like I had done this once, right? So basically, I know like what is MBR and master boot and legacy and UEFI device and all those things.
Right.
So once
Right.
you kind of know those things, you don't have to go back again because you are working in IT, right? You will have to go through all these things every now and then related to IT only.
Mhm.
So whatever you learn once or twice, have a very strong command to that so that the next time you come across it, you just need like a small refresher or something, and then like you are, you know, basically what is happening or something. Otherwise, what will happen is you will kind of end in a vicious circle where you keep on like refreshing the basic, and then you also have to keep learning the advanced things. So by
Right.
the time you learn the advanced, you will forget back like what you have learned.
Right.
So it's a vicious cycle. So I will suggest like, because you are in IT, everything is needed, everything is needed because end of the day you're working with computer, so whatever related to computer, know the in and out of it, because end of the day they are all somewhere correlated. So you
Mhm.
learn about something or the other. So let's say for example you learn about this deployment and all those things, even though as a data scientist you think it is not required, probably after a couple of years you might find interest, or you might want to change into ML ops. So for ML ops, this DevOps and all those things are required. You have to know how to configure this data pipeline and all those things. So
Right.
you will have to learn those things as well. So yeah.
Fine. Fine. So, do you find this particular domain stressful? Like, do you find while working, do you feel like there is a lot of stress?
um I wouldn't call it stressful or something, because end of the day, like whatever that I am doing, right, I'm able to see that impact, and I find joy in this work because like I can actually make something out of it, rather than like providing service or something. I am building few products right from scratch. So it gives
Mhm.
me like immense joy in creating all those things. Although because of timelines, I face little bit struggle here and there, right? But
Mhm.
the cause or the outcome of the projects that I do, it gives me little bit happiness. So end of the day, it doesn't convert as stress. I face some time crunch and all those things, but not necessarily stress.
Right, right. Because you are more focused towards the solution part, है ना? So trying to focus on the solution rather than problem, है ना? And you
Correct.
are more determined to do good in this particular domain, right? So that is the reason you don't have that kind of stress, है ना? So that is again amazing. And people, those who don't love their work, definitely find it stressful, but you love it. So that is again good, good. So what would be your, like, suppose there are data enthusiasts who have career gap, right? So what would be your say for them, like how they should focus towards the learning or upskilling journey, so that even though they have career gap, they can still enter this domain?
So basically, you have to take the hard pill first. So whatever you find it hard, right? You have to do the hard task first. Once you kind of get over that, after that, like it's a little bit easier for you to like move forward because
Right.
you have already done the hardest part first. So everything else is little bit on the easier side after that. So because you have a career gap, right? The hardest part right now is getting back on track and working on a project individually. And in today's environment, there is so much of information available in the internet. So
Right.
you can like build so many AI projects with the help
Mhm.
of internet only.
Right.
So you have to take that hard first step towards that and you build a model or something. Once you build a model and all those things, you will be little bit confident. After that, like you have to go and see like how to like what is happening, how I have we built the model. Are there like any intermediate steps that I am using? So how do I make this model little bit more scalable? Because like most of the difference between like a hobby project and an industrial grade project is the scalability part. So whatever projects that we build, it can be uh, used accessible by a person, say for example 5% or 6% at a time max. But an
Right.
industrial project, we have to make it scalable to so many millions of people.
Right.
So once you get over all those things, like you will be able to get back on track and move a little bit more faster.
Okay. Okay. So, can you guide the freshers, like those who are freshers in this domain, because you are already into the industry of data science, right? So,
Mhm.
what is the exact expectations regarding freshers in the industry?
The industry is always welcome for everyone. There's no doubt on
Right.
that. So,
Right.
um what advice or suggestion that I would give for a fresher is like don't decide on yourself, like limit yourself telling like this is my actual roles and responsibilities. I'm expected to work only according to this or something.
Right.
So whatever and wherever data revolves, you are supposed to be around that. So for example, I worked in a very early stage startup prior to this. So there I have worked closely with little bit of backend guys and all those things. But end of the day, if you see now, right, it has given me so much support. But when I was like working at that time, I had like faced some problem. Like, why would I have to like learn a little bit of backend and all those things? Because I learned all those skills, I'm not able to see the impact at that time. But now I'm able to see like I'm able to create APIs and all those things for whatever model that I am doing. I'm able
Right.
to create an API and expose my models and all those things. So
Right.
all in all, you don't have to be constrained by your designation or something.
Hmm.
So try to solve for the most hardest problem first. After that, like everything falls into place. So keep solving for the most hardest problem. And for freshers, especially, I will tell like keep your foot inside. Once you are inside into data science, something or the other, like we can make it work out. But don't be under a double-minded like whether is this right for me or not. Once you're done, once you have insight, there's no going back.
Right.
So always the main thing for a fresher is to have that curiosity to learn more and all those things, why things are happening in a certain way and not the other way.
Right.
So if you're able to stay as a fresher having the same curiosity, we can always keep going high and sky is the limit.
Definitely, definitely, definitely. So, very nice points. Like you mentioned, once you are having the determination that I want to enter into this domain, so either you are a fresher or experienced, you have to just focus on the skill set, and you should not limit yourself to certain modules. Like I need to only learn this, I will have to do this,
uh,
right? Exactly, you have to, sometimes you have to go beyond and above every the thing or module which you need to learn, because as you also mentioned, you in the starting you also had to learn this back end and front end to some extent, so that you can understand the exact scenario, right? Right. So thank you so much for sharing your inspiring story and journey. Okay. So definitely there are so many takeaways for our data enthusiasts. So thanks for watching the podcast, and please subscribe for more such updates related to another podcast. So thank you so much, Kiran.
Yeah,
It
thanks,
was
Vic. Thank you.
wonderful speaking with you now. Fine.
Super awesome. Thanks for having me. Thank you.